Wasting time with video waste. The garbage of the internet.
Welcome back to another solo episode of Video Waste Reviews Movies. In this episode, I'm talking about The Harder They Fall. Now, if you haven't seen it, stop it. Stop this right now. Shut it down. Go watch that movie. Then come back. Let's talk about it together because you're going to want to see this movie. It's that good. When I first went to watch the trailer, I thought to myself, if you dusted this thing for fingerprints, I bet you would find Quentin Tarantino's. Even though after watching it, I still had a little bit of that feeling, this movie stands on its own. It's a great Western film. It's 2021. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm going to try not to give out any spoilers, even though that's kind of opinion-based. I won't give the big spoilers away. But there's little conversations that I might talk about within the movie because the writing is so good. It's so witty. It's so well written. I mean, this movie top to bottom is great. And I'm going to get into each part that makes it great. Within the first 10 minutes of this movie, I didn't want this movie to end. And I knew at some point it would. And it made me sad. The camera work is great. The high-speed shots, the slow motions. They do this little thing that did get me. And this is like possibly my only critique of this movie. Is when somebody would get hit real hard. The camera would shake. Kind of like your vision would shake. And that to me was like, okay, I get it, but I don't need it. Like, I can tell. Or maybe they were just hiding some of the camera work of like the butt of the gun not getting too close to the actor or something. That's all fine too. It didn't take anything away from the movie, but it was something that I noticed that I didn't personally think it needed. That's just me. This movie has an all African American cast, and every single one of them are great. But eventually they have to travel to a white town, and when you get to the white town, it is hilariously white. I mean, everything's white. The dirt, the sand, or whatever on the ground is white. All the buildings are white. Like, everybody is white. Everything is white. It's hilarious. It's like whitewashed. And that's so creative. Like, you don't see that coming. Somebody's like, oh, we gotta go over to the white town. Like, boom, everything is white. It's so good. It's so great. That might have been a little bit of a spoiler. I don't personally lose interest in movies when I know facts like that before I watch the movie. But if you're one of those people, sorry. So another big thing with this movie is the music. The music is amazing. It's so good. And it tells you what to do in the movie. It leads you into the next scene, but it doesn't fade away. It stops. And it stops in a way like it's telling you, like, okay, pay attention. And that is really interesting because that's not something that a lot of movies do. Like this movie, I'm telling you, they just hit the stop button on the music. So it's just like, doop, and then the scene. And you know that music is just carrying you from scene to scene, but it's so good you get lost in that scene. But also, I want to make a very honest statement. I expect to hear a rebuttal from Quentin Tarantino as to this movie. He's going to have to make another spaghetti western to try to outdo this one. Because guess what? I loved this way more than I loved Django. Now, both Django and this movie are revisions of are retellings of older movies, remakes of older movies, however you want to put it. This one stands up and knocks out Django. You heard it here first. I'm saying it outright. I love Django very much. I hold it in the very few westerns that I actually care for. It's in my top movies, but this movie just replaced it. Um, I this movie's amazing. So two specific characters outside of Tick, Jonathan Majors, that I absolutely loved in this movie that I just want to bring extra attention to is Zazie Beetz. She is phenomenal in this movie. I loved her as soon as I saw her. I was like, "Oh, yep, there it is." Like she's going to be the one that I'm going to find myself caring about the most, even over the main character, even over the side characters. But then I saw this other actor, and he had everybody in here has a phenomenal performance, but his character was just a little bit better to me. R.J. Cyler. He plays one of Tick's, like, not gang members, but buddies that he rides with. It's not the same thing, guys. Okay. Anyways, the guy, the guy is an amazing actor. The character, the way he played the character, I mean, everything was great. Anyway, so we've gotten away from the star rating here on this channel, and we've kind of gone with Jerry's idea of like, if you had to pay full ticket price for this movie with popcorn, sodas, candy, all that, whatever you do at the movies, take that total, and would you be willing to spend that to see this movie? Absolutely. This movie is fantastic. If I see it on DVD, I'm going to pick up a copy. It's just that good. Now, we don't really do the star rating anymore, but for this movie specifically, I gotta say, I'm gonna bring it back, at least for now. This is a 5-star movie to me. I loved every second of this movie. I want another one. I want the characters that won't be in the next one to still somehow be in there. I want this storyline to go further. They wrote it so there's kind of an open ending where there could be more story, and I hope they pursue it. I really do. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And you can find us on TikTok now. Video_waste_productions. So go type that in and follow us. And I'll be back with another one pretty soon.